Sports Network broadcast. You can find us on Roku TV, Amazon Fire Stick TV, Facebook, and YouTube. Get all your sports news here first. The daily podcasts are Ken and Ken in the Morning, Lions Talk with Smoking Jeremy B, Wrestling Roundup, The Big Football Show, and more, Shield TV, Lions Villain Report, and Red Zone Rant. The afternoon podcasts are Valhalla, Grosef Sports, WCFL Dolphins Talk, The Cheap Seats, The Bodkin Show, Spirit of Detroit Podcast, and Maniacs. The nightly podcasts are Hallis Hall Report, Frozen Tundra Network, Skull Gang 365, The Huddle Sports Network Open Mic, First and 10 with Foz, Main Event Football Show, Prime Sports World, The Man Cave, Prim and Proper Sports. Spitballing Podcast, Lions Fan Cave Chat, Puckett, 313 Den Podcast, The Guys Huddle, Shots from the Sideline, Let's Talk Sports, The Michigan Truth Sports Podcast, Off the Rails, NFC Northeast, Power Hours, and Detroit Lions News. Make sure you follow, like, share, subscribe, and comment. Hope you like all the shows.
Here locally in the community, make sure y'all go check out Kneecap Body by Jeremy Jones.
Good afternoon. It is Lions Talk with Smoke and Jeremy B. How's everybody doing? It is an Ask the Host show because there isn't a lot of Lions news out there. This will be another day where the news is just going slow. But as I said, I think the Arizona Cardinals are becoming a dirty team, intentionally trying to hurt people. Ricky Sakat enters the chat. It is an Ask the Host day. So ask away. If it's football related, I'll answer. If it's political, I'll ignore it. That's just how I roll. Bandit, what up, though? How you doing, brother? Good to see you. We got 11 people watching already. Don't forget to like the show. It helps everybody when you do that. No matter what platform I'm on, I'm going live into Twitter, into a Bears fan page, a Vikings fans page. I'm also going into the Huddle Sports Network on YouTube, my channel. I'm also going into my podcast page on Facebook, the Huddle Sports page on Facebook. Invite you? All right, Bandit. Let me get that sent. Just a second. I got to use the phone. Sending it via email. Invite sent. JB is everywhere. Yes, sir. Hey, look at that. The X comments are starting to show. Let's go. Love it. You are invited, Bandit. God, I got to remind everybody I go live at the same time every day. That doesn't change. Hmm. So, what's going on in the sports world? We got Dallas at New York tonight. Is anybody taking Dallas the way they're playing? The Giants are starting to look like they're on the come up, and Dallas. JB is pondering the sound of silence like AR-12 in a darkness retreat. No, not really. I'm trying to think of subjects to talk about. That's what it is. Um, there isn't a lot of news out there just for the Lions right now, other than the fact that both tackles are still hurt for the Seahawks. Kenneth Walker is still doubtful, so it'll be a Zach Charbonnet. I got Packer Ken in the house. Oh, he forgot to change his name. Look, he's smoking Jeremy B today.
Oh, we will change that here in a second. And look at that. I'm back to me.
Oh, that don't look right. Missing something.
Oh. Oh God, here we go. This
Yeah,
is
it's
gonna
missing
be
something. Just a second. It'll be fixed. There.
Jeez.
Oh, do I need to join? Yes. Yes, sir. You do. Because I got 10 watching on Rob's page and only 2 on yours, Ken the Bear fan. You're slacking. Oh, last night we hit a max of 59 people watching concurrently. It was an amazing thing to see. I haven't seen that since the draft shows. That's the only time I get that type of viewership. So I want to thank you to everybody.
Oh yeah, we had quite a bit of viewers this morning too.
Dwayne Keene, good afternoon to all. Yeah, I help out. I go in there, I put a like on the Huddle Sports side, then switch to my side because I like the interaction. I do that on purpose. I support both channels, so I'm gonna support both channels.
Yep.
Oh, I, I don't know how to tag that crap. I've never tagged anything. I know you were trying to explain it, but I was half asleep. There was way too much political talk after the show last night.
The best part was watching your reactions to it. Shit.
I know you were watching me. I was doing it on purpose. Let's go Detroit Lions, one pride, Kings of the North Division Championship title. All grit, never back down. 2-1. Let's make it 3-1. Yes, yes. With them having both tackles out, neither one healthy for the Seahawks. That doesn't bode well. I don't care who we got opposite Hutchinson. If they're both backups, you can put Hutchinson on either side, and he might be able to eat. I'll teach a young kids have to teach them how to use tech. I don't do that part of the tech. Hey, I got us a streaming network that works.
there you go, JB.
You couldn't do it.
Oh.
Trace is in the chat. She's a great Lions fan. Hello, Trace.
I was going to say you almost said Packers. I heard
I
it.
almost did because I looked at your screen before I said it. So, what are your thoughts about tonight's game? I think the Giants are going to pull it out
So don't I. With the
because
way
their fan base is starting to show up, even on the road.
Yeah, and with the way that Malik Neighbors and Danny Dimes have started to foster a connection, I don't think that Dallas is going to be able to stop that. Not with a Mike Zimmer defense.
The Mike Zimmer defense, it's so bad Micah Parsons disappeared before the season started. Oh.
Yeah. I don't know why the hell they didn't just promote Al Harris to defensive coordinator. With
anyone they had, and just brought Zimmer in to be a position coach. Because what Zimmer was good as a defensive coach and a coordinator was coaching the defensive line. If he was just focused on one position group, I think he'd be fine. I think he's in over his head anymore at his advanced age. He still holds way too much bitterness with Minnesota to focus on what's going on right now. I swear Minnesota comes out of his mouth every other news speech he does. I just know who gets in that thing. That beard is legendary.
You want to see how you eat with a beard like this? You got to tuck that sumbitch in.
and then just get it on your jersey and don't care. In other words, you got to be like Eddie Lacy, coming in with ketchup and mustard on each side of his chest. Oh, the Lions fans are giving the one guy some crap because he posted about Eddie Lacy running a camp for kids. I said, "What is it? A cheeseburger eating contest camp?" Come on, that's great.
Come on, you can't hate on Cheeseburger for trying to help the kids.
Hey, no.
Don't be driving through these fast food places late at night. You'll end your career.
I will say, but the cheeseburger reference came from Packers fans after he gained 130 pounds in one off season.
Yep.
Cheeseburger Lacy.
Cheeseburger Eddie.
Yep. I've seen it both ways. Yeah.
Because literally, there were Packer fans that leading up to that season when he gained all that weight he would be going out at like 3 o'clock in the morning and getting full fucking pizzas.
I will say for once, Jeremy Bulrick Jr. didn't have a bad take, but I don't think Cleveland Browns would take that trade. I would definitely make that trade if it could happen. I would trade Khalif Raymond for Myles Garrett yesterday if they'd accept it. And you would too.
Oh, shit. I'd love to have him on the defensive line that we got.
If all it took was either Dontavian Wicks or Bo Melton to get Myles Garrett, you would trade either one.
Yeah, I really like Bo Melton, but if it comes to Bo Melton or Myles Garrett, sorry, buddy.
Even Wicks. Think about it. You've got 3 good guys in front of them.
Man.
Even
Wicks, I would give a pause on. I'd probably still do it, but
I wouldn't pause not for that type of sack production. You know, the only thing that's given up in the Browns is their O-line. They're like, hit them. Please take them out for the season.
Well, do you think it's because he's not allowed to go to massage parlors? He's making the offensive lineman massage them?
Everybody forgets about the deal that Max Crosby signed. It's a team-controlled, no-trade clause. Because they said, fine, if you want to be here because of Antonio Pierce, you have to put a no-trade clause and we control it. Oh, and look at this. We got Neil, aka the Bandit from Detroit Fan Report.
What up, though?
What up? Good to see you, brother.
You too, man.
So, what's up with you? How's it going?
Things going all right. Hard week, somebody broke into my car and everything else like that, but
Oh, that's what all that was about on Facebook. I didn't know what it was about. I didn't want to get. I don't like haggling over the bad things. You know what I mean? Everybody has enough bad in their life.
hey, all you can do is bounce back from it. So this is
Oh,
I'm
yeah,
trying to
that's
bounce back from it.
I
So,
do
what
gotta
do you
say
like-
there, Neil, I love the fucking hat.
Thank
That's
you, man. Thank
cool.
What do you like the new lid there, Neil?
you. Yeah, Bandit is all about the hats,
And the new, yeah, look at that. Detroit Fan
Hey,
Report.
we're all representing our teams.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that is the bearded Packer fan. That is Ken Catalone, a good friend of mine. We talk on the Wednesday night show every Wednesday now, and he occasionally comes on when I'm doing the Sunday shows. But it's moved to Saturday because I'm not competing with NFL primetime. I'm not.
Yeah, we had to switch. We switched 2 shows from Monday and Thursday because we ain't going to compete with Monday night and Thursday night football. So
Yeah, we used to run the Frozen Tundra Network on Mondays, and we stopped doing that during the season too.
I wondered about that. I still will occasionally do the Monday mashup. There will not be a Monday mashup this week, of course, because the Lions are live. I'm not competing with a Lions game.
you think we're wearing black jerseys this week?
Oh, we are wearing the black jerseys this week. That was confirmed before the season because
I
this is the Calvin Johnson entering into the Lions Hall of Fame night.
think my JMO jersey is here. I gotta go check that out.
Oh boy! About time you got that. You said you were gonna. So Neil, how's that? What do you have to add to the table today? What do you want to talk about Lions wise?
Is Ben Johnson's offense gonna get going?
Hey, that offense looked just fine last week. I want to see exactly that again. I don't care if it's 200 yards rushing and only 199 yards passing if we're winning a game by 10 or 7 or a touchdown. If it's working, don't fix it.
I got another question.
Ran the ball. We finally ran the ball in the third quarter, Neil, with a lead. It's amazing.
How long did it take for Ben Johnson to do that?
2.5 seasons.
I got another question for you, Jeremy. This guy I know you don't like. How you feeling about AG and that defense?
I will admit they got lucky on one thing. Once Trey McBride went down, they stopped using crossing routes, which allowed Jack Campbell in zone to be a spy because all he had to watch was the quarterback.
I'm just saying.
And that was on accident.
How
Because
you feel about that boy AG? How you feel about AG?
what did AG say about using a spy or a containment blitz? What did he say? I'll never do it. So because they didn't have anyone doing those crossing routes with a guy in middle zone, that's all they have to worry about is watch the quarterback and where they're going and then move to one side or the other in that flat zone coverage in the middle.
So you telling me he did a proper adjustment? Is that what you're saying?
No, I'm saying he got lucky. He got lucky. Because
You're the proper. Hey, it's AG for you.
he's not great, but he's not bad either. How's that?
I accept that.
And if these cornerbacks get better going into next year, then I'll lay off the whole not being able to develop a cornerback. But until I see it with my own eyes, I don't believe it.
I'm not focused on next year. I'm worried about this year.
I know, but I want to see development at cornerback this season through to next season because that's my knock on him, and you know that's my knock on him. I've asked you that, and you have not been able to answer it yet. What corner has he made better in his tenure?
What corner has he had to develop that would be better in his career?
Well, his first year, he had AO as a top 10 corner and regressed to a bottom 100 corner.
He got hurt after that and never was the same.
Because he moved him. He should have never moved AO. He should have never switched the defensive scheme. You get a guy that's top 10, and Ken backed me up on that one.
Mm-hmm.
In 2021, the only thing we had on defense was AO.
And after that season, that you talking we had all the interceptions that year, right?
Yeah, he tied for second in interceptions with 6.
And the
That
next
was
year, he just
right
gave
on
up bomb after bomb after bomb. He went no better than Jerry Jacobs.
because they moved him and they made him the 2. They destroyed his confidence. They should have never let Jeff Okuda be the 1.
Who was our head coach then?
It was the same guy.
Jeff, Jeff,
Dan Campbell was the coach in 21. AG
right.
was the coordinator in 21.
I'm thinking about 20. My bad.
Yeah. I didn't bring up 20.
Yeah.
AO was a rookie then. But he was still the best corner on the field in 20. He had 4 picks that year. Then he went up to 6. And then he fell off the face of the earth and been a practice squad guy everywhere he's been
So
since.
he didn't make the Giants roster, I don't think.
Practice squad fodder. He might get to play this week with the Dory Jackson hurt and the other guy hurt. And they run a lot of zone with their new defensive coordinator because their old defensive corner that was all man and all off blitz is now with Michigan.
I got another question for you, Jerry. How you feeling about Will Smith? I mean, what was his last name?
Will who?
Will, the corner safety we had is playing for the Saints now.
He looks like ass. He had one good pick on accident because the quarterback threw a bad ball. You're talking about
Will Harris. Will Harris. Yeah, Will Harris.
Bryce Young threw him that pick. Don't give him credit.
But I said a couple games I seen him, but I was like, that's our team. Oh, wouldn't he ever do this in Detroit?
Oh, he did it in Detroit. It took Isaiah Buggs to tip the ball to get him his first interception of his career.
He did. He had a nice little play when we smacked the ball at old dude's hands for the Saints too.
Yep.
But he's trying to make himself irrelevant. That's what's up.
Yeah. That's okay. He's playing in the backup role. He only comes in when the starter's tired.
He started guarding and tackle. He guard the water bottles and tackle anybody that gets near him.
Yeah, I know. He makes sure that the coach doesn't get a Gatorade shower when they win. Oh, Patty Grimes is back in Michigan. Ragnow out Sunday versus Seahawks.
Ooh.
Has that been confirmed? Because they said he was week to week.
That's big.
Glasgow.
I heard that he said he was going to play.
Yeah, Ragnow's been saying all week he's going to play.
That's big.
I was going to say, if he's not playing, that partial tear's got to be a little worse than they thought.
No, it's a partial. It was week to week, and they said he feels like he can play. And let's see, I'm going to look on according to this, and I'm looking on ESPN and what they talk. The only 2 people that are out are the ones they put on the injured reserve right now is Davenport and Barnes. Right now, Ragnow's questionable.
You know what's surprising to me? Even with Davenport going down, we still haven't had no signs of James Houston.
That's because James Houston ain't right. I told you that when I went to the practice camp. He don't look right. I think it was a mistake letting Ukwu and everybody else go on the waivers and leaving him on. If he's not right and he's not playing, that means he's physically unable to perform his job. That's the list he should have been on. He should have been put on the PUP list, let him sit for 4 weeks to get fully healthy, no practice, no nothing. And we could have kept somebody like Ukwu or Betts, because I think both of them outperformed what Houston did in one play versus a third stringer. Because Betts and Ukwu in that last game both had a sack on Justin Fields.
I was at that game.
You were at that game?
I was at that game.
And it was good to see, wasn't it? I told you. And Betts looked real, didn't he? Versus that starting O-line.
James Houston looked good, too, when he got a sack that game.
In the third string, against third stringers, yeah. You're talking about the backups to the backups is what he beat. which is exactly what he is right now. He's a backup to the backups. It's a backup.
Are you think we're using him wrong? 'Cause I think
No,
we're using him wrong.
no, I don't think we're using him wrong. I think he's washed because he broke his ankle and there's 3 pins and a metal plate in it.
There was so much upside in him. So much
There
upside.
was a lot of upside, but after that broken ankle, and I've warned every single Lions fan I talked to. According to ESPN's injury report that I just looked, it's questionable still, so there's no decision made. It's a game time decision. We got till Saturday to practice because Sunday's their day off with it being a Monday game. So that's the good thing. They gave him extra rest this week. He's probably out today because they don't want him to injure it in practice. I know that for a fact. Would you want him to injure it in practice, Neil?
No, not at all. He wouldn't play. He wouldn't practice all week.
Right. That's what I'm saying. I wouldn't let him practice all week.
And our coaching staff is smart. I'm sure that's what they're doing. He
And
know
I
all the plays. He know. I
was
mean,
taking snaps, and it looks like he's going to play for the Packers. But with that defensive line, and you can say whatever you want, Jonathan Grenard is a younger, faster version of Daniil Hunter with them so far.
Yeah, as long as he's matched up on Zach Tom, I'm not worried. But if he flips over to Rasheed Walker,
They use
I
him on
am
both
worried.
sides. That's what you
I
got
was
to
gonna
worry
say I
about.
am worried a little bit. Rasheed Walker has still been good in pass protection this year, but he's holding like a fucking asshole. Oh, he has at least 3 holds every game.
Well, the reason why is because when they went over the schedule, Dan Campbell circled 4 games as the must-win games for him. It was this week, the week after the bye versus Dallas. He circled the Packers in our house, and he also circled at San Francisco. Those are Dan Campbell's must-win games. Damn.
See, I honestly would have figured that Chicago would have been on it too, just for the trouble that they gave you guys last year.
it's not a playoff team. All the teams you named were teams that were in the playoffs.
Right. That's what we named was playoff teams. Playoff teams that we lost to. And the only reason why he circled Seahawks because they didn't make the playoffs last
There's
year
a game out of it. Have a game out of
because they've had our number
Yeah.
and they owe them one. And they haven't beat us bad. It's been 1-score games and it's been little mistakes like last year. And everybody can say it was the pick six. Everybody can say it was the decision at the end of the game. It was CJGJ that cost us that game.
It was a coin flip.
No,
If we
no,
would have got that ball first, we would have scored.
it never would have went to the coin flip is what I'm saying. If CJGJ wasn't stupid on a 3rd down stop where he tackled Kenneth Walker Jr. for a 4-yard loss and he gets up over him and shoves him back down as he's getting up and tears his back.
Oh, don't you love when the guys do stupid shit like that?
Because the very next 2 plays, one went to Metcalf to set it up, the other one went to Lockett.
That's when we wore. Everybody was wearing blue ski masks.
Yeah.
I ordered one. I can't even lie. It's around here somewhere. Yeah, I ordered blue ski mask.
I know you had one. You wore it on the show. But congratulations to you on graduating this year, being done with the broadcaster stuff.
Thank you.
I see your stuff's getting a little better too, and it's looking good.
Yes, sir.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah, we got 5 shows. Baseball show. We got a hockey show we working on. Got the pregame show, post-game show.
You're gonna do a hockey show?
Yeah, doing a hockey show.
Good luck with that. Now Red Wings got faithful. I know it'll work.
Yeah, and we got Keegan from Instagram. We got his own Instagram channel. He's real big at Detroit hockey, and then Chris, he's a big hockey fan. So
Keegan who?
I got locked out of Twitter. I can't even get into Twitter right now. So look at his name, but
Oh, okay.
yeah.
You got locked out of Twitter. What'd you do?
I posted the reaction of us winning the game last week, and I guess I did something to shut it down. So I don't know what I did. Twitter let me in. Twitter let me in.
There we go. Aleem McNeil is back to practice today. That's bigger news to me than losing Ragnow. Corey Patterson said, I thought you had Kyrie Irving on as a special guest for a minute.
I wish I had Kyrie Irving money.
If it's me, because I don't think either Kingsley Egukun or Bruce Hudson is ready to take starting center duties yet. I would move Glasgow to
I
center
bet I did. They'll probably slide Glasgow down there.
and then put Coyote Awasika at left guard.
He
Because
played a couple games last year.
Dorsdal is a turnstile at left guard. He's okay at right guard. So I think that's going to end up being our lineup. It'll be Decker, Awasika, Glasgow, Zietler, Sewell. Do you agree with that?
Yeah, but this is whole Frank play.
Greg Galley just announced he's out
Oh,
of Channel 7 News. So he's a little closer to it and faster than ESPN. I get that. Haven't seen Smoking Dad or Yoli Cruz in the chat yet. Yoli Cruz is our Huddle. She's a Packer fan, but she's from the Huddle Sports Network page. I'm going live into Roku and Amazon Fire Stick. I'm all over now, baby. Dude, it's crazy. I looked at my Facebook page recently, insights. I'm going into 118 countries, 287 cities worldwide.
that's what's up.
I'm even going to Ghana. What the heck? I got people watching in the UK, Australia, New Zealand, China, Japan, India. You got some idiot watching in Russia, and I don't get that. My baby Putin likes football. Send me money. I'm not running for office. I'm okay. You can send me as much as you want, good sir.
Yeah, I'm still not accepting any money from him. I don't need my bank accounts frozen.
They can freeze mine for a little bit as long as they free them up. You feel me?
They can look into it. I'll let them look into it. I got nothing to hide.
Get it frozen. I'm gonna put a big heater over that mug. Let me go thin this out real quick. I need that money. I ain't gonna lie. I got a question for the Packers fan.
Okay.
How you feel about Jordan Love?
Oh, how do I feel about Jordan Love?
Yeah. Y'all need him back?
He's coming back with how he was practicing just yesterday. He looks pretty much exactly like himself. He's still wearing the sleeve over that knee, but I think he's going to wear that for a few weeks for extra protection.
You wouldn't sit him another week and let him rest, or would you just throw him back out there this week?
I think he's ready to go. I think he was ready to go last week, but with how conservative our medical staff is, that they held him out.
I don't know. With that front seven, I'd sit him another week because Willis hasn't looked bad.
Not in a divisional game. If it was a game outside the division, I'd give that a little more credence, but you don't want to be dropping divisional games.
Yeah, and we don't want the Vikings going 0-4 or 4-0.
I was going to say, you better hope we beat the Vikings.
I mean, for divisional standings, all it's going to do is make everybody tied, and you guys will have the edge with the divisional game.
Yep.
So, what sounds better to you, Neil? Them being 4-0 or us and the Packers? So it would be us in second place accidentally then, because they'd have lost to a divisional opponent.
Yep.
We all don't think the Bears are going to win this week.
Yeah. The perfect scenario for me is a tie.
Yeah. And we win, and then we're in first place. Yeah, I got it. But
I don't want to see the Vikings.
the Vikings would still be in first place because they wouldn't have a loss.
I don't want to see the Vikings 4 though, because you got to think everybody was like, "Oh, they're gonna be with about Chicago at the bottom of this
Okay,
division,"
the
and they
only
down at first, and they just school. Oh, I'm tired of hearing that, bro.
have you seen my new sponsors there?
No,
Jeez.
I've got some new sponsors for you. Hey, look, I took care of the Bears problem. There's the Bears, and here's the Vikings.
I love this one.
You like that one, Neil?
you might make bumper stickers of that.
Yep. I'm telling you, JB, if you did, I'd get one.
I need my 10% for the idea though.
No.
Yeah,
Going on these. Got them on tumblers. $25 ship. Who wants one?
yeah. How much are they?
I was
25.
gonna say, if you got a skull
This is
fucked
the
one,
from the draft. We got the skull fucked one. They're $25 ship. Heck,
yeah.
you could probably get yours for 20 because you live close to Leonard. There, Ken. You could just drive to his house. He makes them.
Mhm.
That's what's up.
Yeah, but putting Love in a divisional game can also hurt them. If he isn't 100% and gets hurt again, Lord forbid. Matt Henry, morning, fellas.
It's a high risk, high reward situation. You feel me?
Yeah.
'Cause-
With it being only the grade 1 MCL sprain, it doesn't have me too worried. If it was a little bit more of an injury, then yeah, I'd be saying screw it, rest him for another week.
And
But-
that's where I'm at with the Ragnow thing. His partial tear is a grade 1.
Mm-hmm.
So it might heal in the bye week.
Yeah.
And that's what he was thinking is like, hell, put me out there. I'm better at 80% than these guys are at 100%.
And Dan was like, "No, you start this week. We get a bye week, and be back for the rest of the whole season."
Right. You know what he's thinking? He goes, okay, we play a close game versus the Seahawks. Win or lose, we're still 2-2. We go into Dallas with you healthy and let you manhandle that O-line that Zimmer can't coach.
You think Lions fans are triple if we go 2-2 the first quarter of the season?
I'm not. I don't. If it's 500 or better, and I said there was a chance it could be this. I was realistic. I said I'm expecting 3-1, but 2-2 is not out of the realm of possibility because we had 2 playoff teams back to back to start the season. I wanted to go 2-0, but realistically, every team got better. Just the Rams were more injured. And they're still more injured than every other team in the league. And there she is. It's Yoli Cruz. Yeah, I'm using my soundboard a little better lately. But with the way they're playing, does anybody trust Dak Prescott or do they trust Danny Dimes more? I trust Danny Dimes more. He hasn't thrown a pick since week 1. Dak Prescott didn't look good till the 4th quarter versus a team that went into prevent defense.
But Danny Dimes, he throw pick sixes though. That's the whole thing.
These past couple of weeks, he hasn't actually been throwing these interceptions.
I understand that, but you got to think this Daniel Dimes though. How long can you keep that up?
As long as Malik Neighbors is out there catching passes from him, and that's who he's targeting pretty much the whole time, I think he'll do pretty damn good.
The Dallas can't stop the run. We saw that because Derek Henry went off the first half. So you got Devin Singletary going off. You got Eric Gray finally looking like he's somewhat of a good change of pace back behind him. And then you got Malik Neighbors. And Theo Johnson isn't bad as a tight end either. So, and their O-line's playing better. So you got all 3 things happening at the same time, whereas Dallas, the O-line says, oh, we got the AARP running back group with micro machines backing them up. Who do I need to block for?
Man, he's an AARP running back group. Sponsored by Level
29-year-old Ezekiel Elliott and 29-year-old Dalvin Cook both of them have knees that are sponsored by Geritol.
You got free life alert watches too.
Yeah, I know. Free lifeline. You know what? How big of a mistake was it of Jerry to sleep through the first week of free agency? He lost out on Derrick Henry, Josh Jacobs, and Aaron Jones in the same week.
The first week, he did over the first 2 weeks, did he?
Yeah, and I said, I know what happened. After the playoffs, he usually gets in the cryogenic chamber and wakes it up so he can attend the Super Bowl. And he got in the hyperbolic chamber and he got all energized and started talking that stupid shit. Yeah, this is the year we're going all in, blah, blah, blah. When he went back to take his nap for free agency, he got in the cryogenic chamber on accident and slept right through it.
That's one team organization I don't get.
The problem with the Dallas is Jerry Jones.
Yep.
And keeping Mike McCarthy. If Mike McCarthy was so good, why did he call Bill Belichick as soon as he was retired?
Who else did that? Try to contact Bill Belichick to be like a defensive coordinator.
The Browns. It was the Dallas Cowboys and the Browns were the 2 phone calls he got. So Kevin Stefanski's on the hot seat too. And looking at
the coach for San Francisco called him too.
Yeah, San Francisco.
Yeah, but they wanted to be a defensive coordinator. They were trying to get him for D coordinator.
Yep.
And he goes, "No, I'm not taking a step back from head coach to D coordinator again. If I'm coming in, I want to be head coach and GM."
He's a couple wins off being the highest winning coach in the league history, so he's not gonna try to come in.
I have the feeling that he'll be the Browns coach next year.
Go back to Cleveland? Yeah, and they build a new stadium up there. That'd be nasty. Ooh.
Yeah, their new stadium's supposed to be done by 2027.
Yeah, it'll be by the airport and everything. Yeah, that's gonna be nasty. Ooh.
But it looks like an Amazon hub facility on the outside. Did you see the mock-ups of the outside? It looks like an Amazon hub facility.
That's awesome.
I mean, there's a bunch of squared off places where the entrances are. Then there's that little weird curve on the end of it. I was like, that's Amazon. But it lets in lots of natural light too. They're using that same type of dome that they put on all the newer ones with that really translucent dome. So if it's sunny outside, the natural light comes in so you can dim the interior lights to keep it out of the player's eyes. Ford Field was the first one to use that, by the way. Yeah, but Matt Henry's right. Dallas is a train wreck. They're going to lose to Danny Dimes tonight. I still think it's going to end up being a close game. Defensively, talent-wise, I think both teams are closer than a lot of people realize. Offensively, Dallas should wipe the floor with them, but they won't. Because they're not playing to their potential. And that it's coupled with not playing to their potential and having an antiquated scheme from their coach. Do you disagree with that, Ken?
Nope, not at all. Mike McCarthy's running the same playbook he has since 2005.
Was that his first year as a head coach?
Nope, that was when he was offensive coordinator with the San Francisco 49ers before he went to Green Bay. 07 was his first year in Green Bay.
He just lucked out that the rest of the roster that stayed behind after Favre was good enough for Rodgers to win.
Oh, yeah, when Favre had retired, he had said that was the best roster he had been on his entire career. And he actually threw a little shade at Rodgers, saying that he should have won the Super Bowl either earlier or should have won them back-to-back with that roster.
There you go, Moonscar. Like Arizona, State Farm Stadium. Yep. Which when they changed their roof, because if I remember right, didn't that retractable part collapse on them because it was too heavy at one time, Ken? At Arizona?
I don't remember Arizona's collapsing. I remember Minnesota's collapsing.
I don't think Love sucks. I didn't say the Broski Fair. Don't get me wrong. I have never said Love sucks. What I said was he got and Ken can back me up on exactly what I said. He got overpaid for 9 great games. Well, all I've said.
Who?
Jordan Love.
Yeah,
Yeah,
unfortunately, that was the market because as soon as Trevor Lawrence signed that $55 million deal, there was no way in hell Love was going to get paid one penny under that.
I'm making this full screen. We got to see this reveal. He's happy. Look at him. He looks like a kid during Christmas.
Let me get that.
Got to get.
Need that. Need it.
Waymo.
Need
Waymo.
that.
Yeah, you needed that.
Yeah.
I made that full screen just for you to open that up. Yes.
Yeah. Not gonna retire the number 9 Stafford and never put back.
Well, you could have did like I did with my Harrington jersey. I just put duct tape over it and wrote Fox.
Nah, I got it on the wall. I respect Stafford what he did for it.
Uh-oh. And Mama Bear.
Mama Brown, she a Brown.
You know what I meant.
Yeah.
That was the Pontiac Silver. No. I was talking about didn't they have a problem with that retractable roof and they had to change that dome at one time with Arizona?
They might have had an issue with it. Now that you say
Way
that,
back-
I don't think it
Way back
collapsed
when they
or
first
anything.
opened it may not have been a collapse.
Yeah, but now that you mention that, I think there might have been some type of issue that they had. That it wasn't opening all the way or some shit like that, or it was opening when it wasn't supposed to. Some stupid shit.
Hey, Neil, just to let you know, your camera is reversed because everything was backwards when you held up the Waymo jersey. And you're still muted.
What did I do?
When you held up your Waymo jersey, instead of saying Williams, it said SMAILLIW.
Yeah, if you go into the settings and click
Go
the
to your
camera,
camera setting and just flip the camera
yeah,
or share the image. And it'll flip everything the right way because even your thing is backwards on the wall, your poster. I see it now.
Where does it say flip at?
if you go,
in settings,
yep,
and then you go to camera.
Oh, mirror.
yep.
There
There
you go. Now everything's the right way.
My bad.
I was like, yeah, because he's even got technically his flag was hanging up backwards.
Every man,
And Minnesota's roof collapsed with the snow, but I think they had a problem with the retractable roof, and the Arizona team had to play away while they fixed that roof back in the beginning when it was first opened. I think it was the year when Kurt Warner was starting there, if I remember right. Because trying to think, it was the San Diego team was away, and they played in San Diego because it was the closest stadium. Does that sound right, Neil?
I think so. I think maybe
way back. I'm talking way back when they first opened that stadium in Glendale. Yes, I did cover that. I covered it.
Oh yeah, we went through over that last night.
And I made sure that I had somebody from an opposing fan base go watch the film to make sure that I was being real and calling somebody out for being dirty. But that play by Paris Johnson Jr.
Oh yeah, that was awful.
What he did to Davenport, because that's not an injury that Davenport has dealt with before. His arms have never been an issue. It's always been his lower extremities, a knee, a calf, a quad, an ankle. It's been something like that. It's never been his arms or his chest. And when Paris Johnson Jr. grabbed his arm, he literally twisted it so his elbow was sideways and karate chopped it. And right in front of a ref, and they didn't even throw a flag. That's holding. He had him beat.
Holding, unnecessary roughness. You could call a few different penalties on that.
It's even called the taunting play at the end to tack it out. That's a play that tacked on the end of it. It should have been at minimum 20 to 30 yards worth of penalties there.
You know they don't like Detroit.
And then like I said, that linebacker Wilson, the one that made the great play that didn't count. And you say what you want. Even the refs said, "Hey, the time clock on the field read 2 minutes. We blew the whistle before the ball was snapped." So Goff knew he had a free play. That's why he didn't take the sack. That's why he threw the ball up. That's why the pick six even happened. It was a free play. The play was called dead, and the ball was snapped, and people were running. Guess what? If it had been a touchdown for Detroit, it wouldn't have counted either.
Right.
So it goes both ways. But
They even played the clock back and showed that it was.
Cup did a crossing route where he had to gain another 4 yards after to get the first down, and he was dogpiled. That Wilson linebacker grabbed his foot and twisted it. And then the next play, it wasn't hurting him that bad right away. Cup goes out. Yeah, it wasn't a bullshit call. Wait, now you're crying about the refs in a game that you didn't even have a guy in. Oh, okay, broski. I just said it didn't matter if Goff completed a touchdown pass or he threw a pick six. The play didn't count. The whistles was blown. The crowd was that loud. Nobody heard it. Goff did, evidently.
Hey, he got the clock right in front of him. He see what's going on.
And it wasn't the play clock that hit 0. The play clock did read 1 when he hiked the ball. It was the 2-minute warning clock.
Yeah, I just hope his decision making because he need to be better this week. We don't even. I hope we do not lose Seattle, man.
If it's a close competitive game and it's one of those things that comes down to the last possession, I'm not upset at all. Because that's kind of what it came down to with the Bucks. But the difference is, in that Bucks game, Ben Johnson never called a play that went past the sticks or the end zone, which is stupid.
But I did understand that. Oh man, but y'all be on my boy AG though.
I didn't say anything about AG that game.
That game, you're that game.
And every time that a fan watches on TV and sees the clock on the TV, do you not realize that clock is anywhere from 1 to 10 seconds off from what it actually is on the field?
Yeah, if you watch a game live, if you go to a game and see it on TV, it's like a couple seconds delay. Like
they have talked about this ad nauseum for years because everybody says, "Well, how was that a 2-minute warning? The play should have happened." Because it's happened at least 10 times a season over the last 5 years since they went to this longer delay on TV.
They must have got tired of hearing guys like Rodgers mic'd up saying F this, F that.
Oh, God, the bad lip reading thing, I want to bring that back. That show was great.
They do it on YouTube, though.
But it's all the older stuff. I haven't seen hardly any of the new ones.
They usually come out with either 1 or 2 of them for the season.
Yeah, I know, but I miss it when it was an every week thing.
Yeah, that shit was awesome.
I know that take a while to put together though.
The only one they never had to mess up. The only one they never had to mess up is T.O. saying, "That's my quarterback," talking about Tony.
That's my quarterback. That's my teammate.
And then what does he do the next year when he goes to Philly?
Trashes the ever living shit out of him,
and then acts like he's taking a dump on the star.
ATO was a character, man, for real, man.
Oh yeah,
he was a character, man.
Was it Dallas when he did the Sharpie thing, or was that 49ers? I can't remember.
I think it was
Dallas.
Was it Dallas? Okay.
Yeah, I think that was Dallas, and 49ers was the one where he was pretty much dancing on the star.
Yeah, that was in the beginning of his career. He danced on the star. And in Philly, he just said, "Yeah, there it is."
Oh, shit. That was like when Randy Moss mooned us.
Oh man, that was perfect.
The best part about that, the whole reason he did that is because when they were coming in on the team bus, Packer fans were mooning him.
Right. It the when he took it too far was when he made it look like he wiped himself on the goalpost. Though,
You know,
if he'd have just left it at the moon, yes, my brother and I can be watching the same game, and he lives in the UP of Michigan, and I live 40 minutes from Detroit, and the video will be about 10 seconds different.
It's, that's just how it is. I don't know. It's pretty like that for every sport event, though. So
Yeah, I mean, nobody's 100%, but I do believe that refs do need to be held more accountable than what they have been. They need to go to an adaptation like the NBA does, because bad calls still happen, but not as much in the NBA because they're held at an 85% or better uh, level. They have to hit that in the regular season in order to be a guy in the postseason. And I agree with that wholeheartedly. For whatever your position group is, if you're not at least 85% correct, you will not be a part of a playoff officiating crew. Would you agree with that?
yeah, I agree with that. You only want the best of the best up there, especially when it's big events like that, though.
Right.
So, yeah.
Because then there's like guys like that Hockley Jr., Ed Hockley's son that just got into officiating. He's nowhere near as good as his dad.
well, he also just got in too.
And yes, it is that time, and Ken, you make the choice from the bottom or the top today.
We'll start at the top.
All right, just because it's the best looking one. From the top, it is the Vikings.
Yeah.
3-0. Skull fuck. In third place, right behind the Lions, you got the Packers. And in last place at 1-2, the Bears. And last but not least, we have my paying sponsor, which is Brandon's Tire Service right here at the corner of South Grand Traverse and West Atherton Road, 602 West Atherton Road in Flint, Michigan. Flint, where the water's shit, but the tires are good. Used tires starting at $40 and up. New tires, call to get your quote, 810-233-8230. Talk to George, Red, or myself.
I don't care how many times I hear that, I'm going to laugh every single time.
Gotta admit, that's the best tagline for a business ever, ain't it?
Oh, absolutely.
My boss loved it. The owner, he actually called me up. He goes, "You actually said where the water's shit, but the tires are good. That's great."
Hey, they should have been had that water fixed in Flint, man.
No,
I was going to say, that
The
issue's
water
been
did
going
get
on
fixed.
for so long now.
That the water did get fixed. It is better than it used to be, but I still won't drink it. I might wash my hands in it, but then I come home and wash my hands in the well water again, and I'm good.
I was going to say, you wash your hands in that, you're going to end up with an extra finger.
Yeah, look, it looks like this.
Or light your cigarette and your whole body catch on fire. I mean,
Oh no, it's leaded, not gas.
Oh, so you're just going to drop 50 IQ points just from looking at it.
You're right. I want to say thank you to Ken for dropping in here. Of course, Neil, also known as Bandit. You guys have been great. There's not a 1:00 show. So if I go over one, it really doesn't matter here on the Roku side. So because there's no scheduled programming. So if I'm going a couple minutes over, I do have to go to work today and I don't want to. I might call him.
Yeah, I was going to say, that sounds like a plan.
Or just not go.
yeah, I'm coaching 8-year-old football and I love it, man. I ain't gonna
Hey,
lie.
that's awesome. I love it. I helped with some when I was younger and could keep up with them. I can't even keep up with 8-year-olds now. My knees and hips are so bad. So I'll watch.
Nope.
But if you can't demonstrate, you can't coach.
Right.
And at the point you can't, especially with youth, not so much of the older guys because they have the fundamentals and stuff like that down. They're taught everything. But with the younger kids, you can't coach younger kids if you can't keep up with them.
Yeah, and if you ain't got a way to talk to them with them understanding, it's right, like,
What are you talking about? Mentally, I'm 10 years old. I get along with it. I just have to use better metaphors than the colorful ones I use on my show.
absolutely.
Hey,
I was going to say,
looking at a 10-year-old, what the fuck are you doing?
start saying that. Mommy, Uncle JB taught me some new words today.
Motherfucking son of a bitch. Quit being a little pussy.
The silliest thing I heard from one of the players was a game this past Saturday, and he looked up to me and Coach Julian and was like, "If I don't play in the game, I ain't playing. If y'all don't put me in the game, I ain't playing no more." I was like, "Wait, what? You take your equipment in at the end of the day, yeah?" I'm like, "Well, we played him. He cool." Yeah, he was like, basically, like, call my agent. I should be here more. So, like, damn, kids now they don't care. They don't care.
Man, I hate when the deer run in the front yard because I'm too close to the city limits. I just can't point a handgun out in the front yard and fire it.
Oh, that's what sucks about living where I do in the freaking cul-de-sac. I got deer all over my backyard. They're so close you could take a freaking pebble and throw it at the son of a bitch. You think I can shoot it? Hell no, because I got 3 houses freaking right around me.
If you're quiet enough, you can sneak up to the ones laying underneath the pine tree and slit its throat.
Yeah, I'm not Rambo here.
Oh, I got a Rambo knife. I'll loan it to you.
I've got a crossbow and I've got 22 with CB caps. I'm good if I want to go that route.
Crossbow. If it's in your backyard, they never see it. You're good.
Unless your aim's off and go in somebody's window.
Yeah, then you're.
Oh no. I was gonna say I've got quite the aim.
Line.
But speaking of going through somebody's window, I was like 8 or 9 years old at my old house, and being a dumb kid, your logic's not the greatest. Well, I had shot an arrow, couldn't see where the hell it went, so in my dumb kid brain, it goes, fire the next arrow up, and it'll land where the other arrow was. Yeah, it landed in the neighbor's side of the house. Yeah. That day, I learned quite the valuable lesson.
And Fred Beer says, "LOL, I almost shot a doe last season with my crossbow out my bedroom window."
There you go.
Yeah, hey, I just killed a deer while I was taking a shit. I don't want none of that deer jerky though, bro.
I do have some Lions news that just broke. Per Adam Schefter, the Lions signed Allen Robinson to the active roster, which means we have 2 more practice squad.
So what is we rotating them, see which one gets a better play? Like,
we already signed Tim Patrick because he's been doing just fine, and now
they got rid of Tom Kennedy.
Tom Kennedy's still on the practice squad. What? That's what that means.
He's still he like a roach, man. You can't get rid of him, man.
Oh my God, I'm not the only one who said it.
He is a roach, man.
He is the camp cockroach.
Man,
6 years straight, every year on the practice squad.
He don't care during cuts. He's like, I'll be right back. I'll be right back.
That's his answer every time. Somebody will get hurt, I get to play. That's what they do. But guess what? Just because we have 6 wide receivers on the roster, that doesn't mean 6 get dressed out of the active roster every week. Somebody might get sacked and called up. What I'm excited to see is this next week is huge for the Detroit Tigers.
Yes.
Because after that win last night and a Minnesota Twins loss, the magic number is 3. Because it's any combination of 5 wins, right?
Right.
So as long as they win tomorrow or tonight versus Tampa, and then take 2 in Chicago against
the
the
NFC
White
is up.
Sox, because that's what
Yeah.
I've been calling them, because they're 2 games away from being the worst team in Major League Baseball history.
And the baseball guys set that schedule up like that too, though. So we got to shout them for real. Like they had them with a couple games.
Oh, I see it, Moonscar Blade.
Yeah. Shout out to the Detroit Tigers, man, for real. Like we
So,
wouldn't have thought this at the All Star break. We was like, oh, I'm getting ready for next season. Nope, no, we ain't.
so does the illegitimate love child of Cody Rhodes and Eminem change his hair color back to Macaulay Culkin, or will he stay with the one that that he hasn't won a game with?
I'm gonna go with it. Doesn't matter what the hell his hair color is, because
I'm
after
gonna
that
go with
surgery, his arm ain't good.
who y'all talking about?
That Joe Rhodes or Joe Eminem, whatever you want to call him. All right, the Tigers versus Tampa game is a day game and starts 3 minutes from now. Fantastic! I'll be able to hear it until I start work, and then I'll just pin the score on my phone. Who's on the bump today?
Are,
For the
are
Tigers?
we were talking about on my show?
The guy that had to come out of the bullpen was 10 on his X today. He did it with this team too, with this show too.
Mm-hmm.
It's great. We got 52 watching the day show.
Yeah, a lot of people at work.
But who'd have thought the Tigers had a 2% chance of making the postseason back at the All-Star break, and now they're at an 88.9% chance to make it after the win last night.
And the way they did it to get there too, bringing up players like.
Oh, Reese Olson is starting?
Yeah.
We got a good shot then. Reese has been pretty good for us. Little inconsistent, but he was down in his last start, which means he should be pretty good this start.
Great time to be a Detroit fan. Period.
Well, it is time for me to get ready, because if I do decide to go to work, I have to be wearing a tire that doesn't look Lions official. There's no way I'm going to have all that tire dust getting on my new stuff or my jerseys. I got a jersey I'll wear at the workplace. That's that Harrington one, Billy Harrington.
Oh yeah, so you go to the bar, you do that, throw it back like you ran out the end zone.
Yeah. Well, that's Orlovsky. If I had an Orlovsky one, I would burn it.
Hey,
Boy.
Dan Orlovsky is a great analyst.
Is he though?
Just couldn't do shit on a football field.
Is he
Is
though?
he though? Because some of his takes have been awful.
Yeah, he's very hit and miss. I'll give you that.
He love him some Stafford too.
Yeah. He
And he loves him some fucking love. Shit. With the way he was talking about Love, you would have thought he was a Green Bay Packer at one point.
Good old Dan.
Well, I want to thank everybody for watching. And as I close every show with this saying, it's try every day to be a better person than you were the day before. It's the only way to make the world a better place. Unless it's a rival fan base. And then, welcome. Ken.
Oh, great. I see how